Edition of PFT Live, PFTOT, whatever you want to call it. We're just with you for a couple of minutes because we were doing our picks podcast and we saw some news that we need to react to. Chris, the Minnesota Vikings, who traded for defensive end Yannick Ngakoue just before the start of the season, have now flipped him to the Ravens. But it's not really a flip when you buy high and sell lower than what you bought. This is cut your losses. This is fire sale. This is we stink and we know it.
Right.
Let's get what we can and move on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They know after last week's loss, it's over. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to the playoffs this year. Start getting assets and building for the future. They gave it a shot with trading for Yannick Ngakoue. They wanted to see what they had. Okay, now they know it's over. And then you got the other team on the other end of the spectrum where it's going, wait, we're a Super Bowl team. We need one more piece here to help us get over the hump of our kryptonite, right? And the Kansas City Chiefs and all that. I really think that's what it comes down to. Baltimore, we know the defense is awesome, Mike, but we've seen against the Chiefs and even last week against Carson Wentz, who don't have great talent, you know, they have to blitz too much, Baltimore. They have to leave their secondary vulnerable so much. And I think they realize, like, we're not going to beat the cream of the crop in the AFC or Patrick Mahomes in an AFC championship game if we have to blitz 5 and 6 and 7 guys all the time to get after him. So I really think that's what it's all about. Brilliant move by the Ravens. Way to go.
Yeah, and look, for the Vikings, they gave up a second-round pick in 2021 and a conditional fifth-rounder in 2022. They get back a third-round pick in 2021, conditional fifth-rounder in 2022. Here's the reality, though. The Vikings' second-rounder is going to be high. The Ravens' third-rounder is going to be low. This is almost a two-round drop, not just one for the Vikings. But this is get what you can for a guy who was going to walk away anyway as a free agent. There's no commitment that the franchise tag – they weren't going to tag him, though. That's what I've been told. They're not going to tag him. Who knows what the Ravens will do. The Vikings definitely are going to tag him for now. But it was a mistake. It didn't work. He's been good. Yeah. The Vikings stink.
Right.
And it makes you wonder what's going to come next for the Vikings. Is this the only trade, or is this the first of potentially several as they maybe sell off some pieces and try to load the cannon for next year, Chris?
Yeah, no, I think that I would bet on that. You know, that's I think with the way the salary cap is pending for 2021 and all that, it could lead us to one of the more exciting trade deadlines we've seen, you know, in recent history. Because also, like we've seen here, we have some teams that we all think are Super Bowl contenders, have a chance to do that, who have real needs this year, too, to where it's like, ooh, they have a spot where they need one more guy to get over the top, or, you know, they have this one issue. So that's where it's really interesting to me. And, man, I mean, the other thing that just jumps out, you know, that Ravens football team, but Calais Campbell and Yannick Ngakoue from Jacksonville, they get reunited together. I mean, that now Baltimore can do anything they want. They can, you know, rush 4, drop 7 into coverage. Know they're going to be able to get pressure. If they want to get big and have to play a run style type of team, they'll be able to do that because they have tons of big people too. So it just makes them more versatile, able to match up against different opponents. And I think the real big thing is to match up against the really good quarterbacks in football that they might have to face when things get really real.
Ravens, Steelers, Titans, Chiefs, the best 4 teams in the AFC. The Ravens get a little bit better today as they prepare for their stretch run coming out of the bye coming up this weekend. Vikings were on a bye too. Perfect time to do some business. We'll be keeping track of all other business that gets done as the trade deadline approaches in just 13 days. Thanks for some of your time, actually 12 days. Thanks for some of your time. We'll see you every weekday morning on Peacock and NBCSN for PFT Live.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.